want to welcome you, members of the press, for coming to the Zanu PF headquarters for a brief. But before I go into what I have in store for you, I just wanted to say that we want to pay our sincere condolences to one of yours who succumbed to kidney failure at Gweru Hospital, and we understand that she worked for ZBC, and we just wanted to say we would wish to pay our condolences to the bereaved family, and that may her soul rests in eternal peace. You recall that we had indicated that we're going to have reruns for 5 constituencies, and that the 4 were going to be conducted last Saturday, that is in Harare, in Mashonaland West, and in the Midlands. And that there was also going to be another rerun this coming weekend in Matabeleland South, and that is for Insiza South constituency. Just to advise that we are no longer going to have a rerun in Insiza South constituency of Matabeleland South, because one of the candidates has withdrawn from the race on his own volition, and therefore out of the 2, the other candidate now will be declared the winner. Therefore, the winner for Insiza South is Comrade Spare Sitole. And this, therefore, as I said earlier on, there is now no need for a rerun. So we had reruns in the 4 constituencies, and before I give you the results, I thought it is also on my opportunity to thank all those who were very much involved in the work to make this exercise a success. We had no reports of violence. We had no reports of intimidation. People voted freely. People came in time in all the polling stations. Voting started quite early. In some areas, they started at 7 as stipulated. Others started at 8, 8:30. But in all these constituencies, by 3 o'clock as stipulated, voting had ended and counting started. And as a result of that, we had the results before 8 p.m. on that very Saturday. So the whole process was held very efficiently and effectively. I would like to thank the Politburo members who manned the constituency command centers. We had 2 Politburo members at each constituent command center. I also want to thank the Central Committee members who also manned each and every polling station. And also just to thank the presiding officers, the polling officers, the agents for the candidates, for the way and the manner in which this process was conducted. I also want to thank the candidates themselves, because they also went to talk to their supporters that we would really take drastic action if there were any reports of violence, and I think they all adhered to the stipulations that had been made. So once again to thank the supporters themselves, our members who came in to exercise their right to vote, and the exercise, the results really revealed that there was quite a lot of activity. People came in their numbers, quite early to exercise their right, and they were also very pleased with the results. In some of the constituencies, we understand that after the results were announced, the candidates gladly went to shake each other's hands, which I think was an indication that they were happy with the system, happy with the process, and also happy with the result, which reveals the wishes of the people. And that's exactly what elections are all about, that the wishes of the people must come out of these elections. And I'm happy that these elections, or these rerun elections, were conducted in a peaceful environment, and I hope our members will continue to maintain that level of maturity, because democracy is not something easy to come by. It's a process, and I think as the more and more we see elections coming in, the more and more all of us learn from this process, and we want each of these stages to improve from what we have had in the past. So we are happy when democracy comes of age, where people now understand that you don't have to be forced to vote. You don't even to be bought. Even if people give you money, you know that when you go into the booth, what you do there is really your own secret. And I think some of our candidates have learned a lesson that you can't buy money. Money can't buy votes. But yes, people will probably accept money and because you have given them, but there's no guarantee that they will vote for you. And I think it's at the end of the day, what we need as candidates who want to be voted is really to be as close as possible with the people and with the electorate. People want delivery. People want to see you with them and to be moving with them. And I think that's what we would want as a party to see and continue to see. So we are happy that this exercise was a success. Now, I will give you the results in terms of the candidates who participated, and I will give you the name of the candidate who came out with the most votes. And I say, let me also from the outset mention that these results, as before, are preliminary. Preliminary in the sense that they are still subject to the scrutiny of the Politburo, and I've been made to understand that the Politburo will be sitting very soon, and will then preside over, and in their deliberations, we will then have the Politburo to endorse the results, and only then can these become very official. But for this purpose, you must take these results as preliminary. Harare province had two reruns, two constituencies, that is Churu constituency and Mbare constituency. And these are the two provinces where we had some violence, acts of violence in the past, and it was felt that the electorate didn't get the chance to exercise their right to vote, and therefore Politburo decided, and rightly so, to give the chance to the electorate to choose their own candidate. So we had Fundukwa Ephraim, Matsika Charles, Muchacha Tafirenyika, Ungwe Letmo, Madzamba Nyasha, Poshai Boniface, and Fundukwa Ephraim had the highest number of votes in Churu constituency. Mbare, we had Matinyanya Martin, Mahachi Emmanuel, those were the two, and Matinyanya Martin had the highest number of votes for Mbare constituency. Then I move to Zimba West constituency. We also had two candidates, Ziyambi and Messi Dina, not Bima, Dina. And Messi Dina, he had the highest number of votes. Therefore, for Zimba West constituency. And last but not least is Midlands Province, Gokwe, Nembudziya. We had Mpof Elam, Manzombe, God knows, Wadyajena, J. Mayor, and Flora Buka. And Flora Buka had the highest number of votes for Gokwe, Nembudziya constituency. And those are the results for the 4 constituencies. I also want to take the opportunity to report on the successful candidates for the youth quota. If you recall, in the previous briefings, we did mention that we were not in a position to give you the results of the youth quota because there were still some figures that we wanted to verify. And now we are happy that we have now established those figures. And I will now give you our candidates for the youth quota and province by province. Bulawayo province, we have Mututsa, Munashe. In Harare, we have Gapa, Lakmo. In Manicaland, we have Stanley, Sakupranya. Mashonaland Central, Emerson, not Mnangagwa, Emerson Raradza, and Mashonaland East, Mudo Tawanda. Mashonaland West, Ziyambi Mutsa Washe. Mashingo Naledi Maunganidze. Matebeleland North, Tubelkishe Juk Ngue. And Matebeleland South, Tinashe Mushipe. And Midlands, Kudakwashe Munangagwa. Those are the our 10 candidates for the youth quota. We also gave instructions to our provinces to look into the complaints regarding our local authority elections, and they should be submitting by tomorrow the results of the local authority elections, the complaints that have been raised, and how they have dealt with those complaints, and that in the event of any rerun on the local authority elections, again, those decisions have to be endorsed by the Politburo